and welcome to pitchIN Thursdays, where we introduce our latest additions to our platform. My name is Brenda, and I'm part of the marketing team here at pitchIN, and I will be your host for tonight. First of all, let me apologize if you hear any dogs barking in the background. That's coming from me, but I will mute myself after I'm done. All right. If this is your first time tuning into our session, pitchIN is Malaysia's leading equity crowdfunding platform and also a registered market operator with the Securities Commission of Malaysia. So pitchIN up until now has successfully helped startups collectively raise more than 100 million ringgit. And that is the most among all ECF platforms in Malaysia. So equity crowdfunding gives investors the opportunity to invest in fast-growing companies that have high potential for growth, where the public, such as retail investors, can invest alongside angel and sophisticated investors. For more information and to find out how you can invest with us, do head over to www.pitchin.equity.my. So at pitchIN, we regularly have these webinars to allow businesses like the ones we have here to present about their investment pitch to potential investors such as you guys joining us from the public today. So this also offers an opportunity for anyone to ask questions directly to these founders in hopes that it will help you make a better investment decision. Before going to their presentations, those tuning in on Zoom, you may type out your questions in the Q&A section in the bar below, or you can put them in the chat. We will get to them accordingly. For those tuning in via Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you may leave your questions in the comment section and we will try to get to them accordingly. All right, so before we start, let's do a quick hello and a wave from our presenters tonight. First, we have Marwani from Makata.
Hi.
And then we have Ivan from GoLog.
Hi everyone.
And then we have Dr. Eric and Dr. Moha from BinaPavo.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, okay. Thank you so much, everyone. So they each have about 10 minutes to present their investment pitches, and it will be followed by a Q&A session with them individually. All right, so just to note, all presenters who are on tonight are now pre-live and live on pitchIN. That means they are open for investment, and you can pledge and reserve your investments today. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce our first presenter tonight. First up, we have Makata. So Makata is a platform to democratize the marketing industry and reimagine how marketing work gets done. Through a smart matching algorithm that they will build, MAQETR aims to match marketing skills and expertise to marketing problems. Essentially, their clients will have access to on-demand, high-skilled marketers to catalyze business growth, while marketers become part of a supported on-demand marketing ecosystem with access to meaningful work remotely. So to speak more about their campaign and what they do, we have their CEO and founder of MAQETR, Marwani Adam.
Thank you, Brenda, for such a wonderful introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Marwani. I'm going to start sharing the screen now. Okay. All right. Brenda, can I get a thumbs up that everyone?
Yes, your screen looks good.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hi again. My name is Marwani Adam. I am the founder of MAQETR. MAQETR is the marketing experts marketplace. It was built to solve a marketing problem in the marketing industry. I have been in the industry for over 20 years now. And 6 years ago, when I started a small consultancy, it was more of like looking for flexibility to be present for my children and my family, at the same time keep doing the work that I'm doing for branding and marketing. So through the consultancy, I was able to work with other on-demand marketers and also clients who are looking for on-demand resources. And at that time it wasn't very like obvious that there was like this on-demand environment that was going on, and the clients was pretty happy with the arrangement, and the marketers that we were working with pretty happy with the arrangement. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is something that we could really bring together, create an ecosystem. But 5-6 years ago, everybody was still working full time. There was no such thing as like on demand. There was no really such thing as this remote work or work from home, or or a hybrid arrangement. So when I spoke to people, it was like, oh no, I don't think it can work, right? I said, okay, so that's one layer of this on demand thing, and in the industry itself, there are other layers of issues that I have encountered firsthand, being on the agency side, client side, and the consultancy side, which is the procurement process. It takes a really, really long time as a client to find a marketing talent, and also agencies to bring on board to do a marketing campaign for the year or for the 2 years. A really, really long time. So by the time we actually procure these agencies, 3 months have gone past. And we may miss that, window of opportunity to launch a campaign because there's like, something great happening in the world. And as a client as well, when I'm, looking for resources in terms of agencies or other marketers that I want to collaborate with, there's not a centralized platform. So it's really a fragmented environment that we're looking at, because you go onto the internet and trying to find all this information, but it's really, really fragmented. So you waste time trying to compile all this information and make sense of it. So ultimately, there's no easy way that exists to match businesses and marketers. And you end up asking people, hey, do you know anyone? Do you know any agency that can help you with this? As wonderful as that may be, because it comes with a recommendation, it can be kind of biased because this person has worked with this person. It may work well for them, it may work well for that campaign or for that brand, but when you recommend that person or resource or agency to another brand, to another client, that might not work well, right? So we're trying to overcome that problem in terms of that probability of success. All of this, we want to put together into this platform. So how we're solving it is building a mobile first platform. Marketing industry is synonymous with being on the go. So ultimately it's mobile first, and we also have a desktop version to support the technology. What we're trying to do, or trying to aim for this technology, is to save time and money for the client. When we say save time and money, you got to think back of that time that you spend looking for these resources, which is the 30 days up to 90 days or even more. So that's saving time. And then obviously you save money because you save time. And through this platform as well, if those marketers are able to work on multiple projects at the same time, you don't really have to pay such a premium price, because they'd be able to offer a better price, therefore saving money for the client. On the other side of it is the gig marketers, right? And the gig marketers, really, it's not those, here we're not trying to go after those gig marketers that are not working anywhere. This is ultimately marketing experts who want to do a side gig, for example, or full-time, using the platform as their full-time gig. You can have like a full-time marketer working in a corporate environment and then choose to do a gig work over the weekend or after office hours, right? These are the clients that are looking for maybe strategic advisory and startup, for example, and an hour or two a day, those kind of things. So this gig marketers that's being stated here is not really like just gig. It can also apply to a large spectrum of marketers. So here's the product. There's two users here, and it's a self-service platform. On the client side, on the top side of the funnel, it's they come in and register, and you'll see like, the marketing solutions that's available. So what you see on the website now and the prototype, these are like popular services that I'm used to, and the people that I work with, that I collaborate with, are used to. But if you go into our Q&A or our portal, there's actually a lot more questions that get asked, including, a list of, I think there's like 18 types of solutions and services if you go into the Q&A. And then you'll see like different types of marketing channels, up to 36, I believe. So we ask a lot of different questions when we onboard clients, to really understand, to really, get to know them, what they're really looking for. So when you have all this data, and they submit their request, and they have like, and they say, okay, this is the problem that I have. I'm looking for a marketing expert. And then this platform will then do its work and find the marketing experts that are on the platform. And here it is where we're trying to cut down that 30 days, or 90 days, or 120 days of looking for talent down to 24 hours. Right now, it's being said 24 to 72 hours because a lot of it is still manual. But ultimately, the aim is within 24 hours that the clients will be able to see the marketing experts that's the most relevant to their brand, to their project, to the complexity of the assignment that they're asking for. So here you see, there's like 9 marketing experts that get shown onto the app, and the top part will be the highest, percentage of match to that request. And then as the list goes down, it gets less and less and less. So here, clients have got the power, I guess, the freedom to choose who they want to work with. They can work with the recommended marketing experts, which is the top 3, or they want to give an opportunity to somebody else who has got less of a match, but he seems like a nice guy, or she seems like a nice guy, and you want to give this marketer a chance, and then the next job, he or she might have the higher matches for the next brand, for example. So you go through this selection, confirmation, reviewing, and payment, and then you collaborate on the app. On the marketer side, they pretty much see a similar thing with regards to what kind of services that the client's looking for. Here, like, okay, if I want, if I'm a marketer signing up onto the platform and I want to offer a service on strategy advisory, well, my experience would be mostly on financial services. And then the platform will be able to read this data that my probability of working for a financial services brand is higher because of my experience. And then, the project gets pushed to me. It will, it will ask, okay, these are the kind of projects that are available right now. Are you interested? And, as a marketer, I'll be like, okay, I think this is very interesting. I want to pitch for it. Or I want to participate. I want to say I'm interested. So through that app, you can say I'm interested. And then, the clients will get that kind of notification. The client will take 7 days for, to confirm whether you get selected for the project. But here's the underlying magic. When people say a marketplace, okay, it's kind of like a directory, like you have a whole bunch of marketing experts and then marketing solutions. Yes, so I guess on a simplistic way, it is kind of like that, but it is a smart platform, right? This is why we are fundraising, because we're creating a smart platform, which is that has got a smart matching algorithm. So the underlying magic here is really about the data that we gather, and the data points, and what we do with that data to really cut down the time and save money, and then get the work done pretty quickly. So right now, on both sides of the client and the marketers, we have about like 298 data points, give and take on both sides. And then we have about 14 marketers that we have onboarded. So, and then you have clients also. that we have, got in touch, are interested with the platform. So when we look at all of this client profiles and the marketer's profile and put it together, we do have about 7,450 data points. But this is fairly basic, and you do need to have a lot of manual intervention. Therefore, there's still a lot of friction. We do want to move away from these very basic data points to, more complex, more precision. So, through the platform, we aim to reach at least 1 million data points. Obviously, that's just a baseline to that, complexity, but at least one million and then more. And the other part of it, what makes it special is that, it's built by marketers, for marketers. Where we create the marketing solutions, where we create the solution for the clients and the marketers, it's always about, how do we make this marketing, environment easy for both sides. As a marketer myself, it's kind of painful to go through that proposal process, right? Do I have to pitch myself? How many proposals do I have to make, to win a client? So that's a really painful thing for marketers who want to do this kind of thing. Then for clients as well, how much of the Q&A I have to do to really understand the marketing experts that I'm looking for. So we believe we understand the whole, pain points of the two parties. So we're gonna, create a magical platform for everyone. So why now? Because of COVID, everyone is working from home, and it's a work from home and work from office hybrid arrangement. It's here to stay, right? And we see a lot of people are leaving the corporate world or leaving their workplaces. As this great resignation happening, the corporate departure is happening. Even in Malaysia, I think people are talking about up to 30% of the workforce are probably going to be leaving the their workplaces, and you have like mature markets like the US. Up to 50% of people are going to be on freelancing. The other part of it is that the marketplace in terms of experts, the last 3-4 years, there's a lot of investment into it, like the Fiverr, the Malt, the Catalan, and Upwork. People are really looking into an alternative and how to earn a living. So we're not trying to solve a problem for everyone. We're trying to solve a problem for marketing industry only, and marketing for marketers. So it's really specialized. Well, although it's specialized, marketing industry is a huge business. So it's constantly evolving. It can range from the market research right up to AR and VR. It's a huge industry. It's always evolving. So, where do marketers go? If people are looking for alternatives during this pandemic, they're leaving their workforce, where do they go? So we want to be that answer. Come here, come to MAQETR. Here's the market. We're looking at total addressable, and then serviceable available market and obtainable market. Here it stated that we're looking at the USA. USA is very early stages right now, so we are still very much focused with the 6 markets in Asia for the next 15 months, 18 months. So USA, although we have incorporated there, it's still very early days. We feel that we still have a lot of groundwork to do over there. So the projection and valuation does not include the US at this point. So we're looking at 1.49 billion serviceable obtainable market. And the market here, aiming at startups and small SMEs. Corporates, it's kind of a bonus at this point because we understand that they have this procurement tender internal audit sometimes, so it may not be as easy to go onto this kind of work environment. So it's a very small target, but we're focusing on the startups and SMEs. This is a competitive landscape. You can see there's a lot on the right-hand side, which is the broad and open. MAQETR is on the specialized and a curated quadrant on the bottom left. Like I've stated earlier, our competitive advantage should be, between 24 to 72 hours for matches to be made between businesses and marketers. Our price and scope is curated in advance and displayed, offering transparency. Marketers do not need to search for marketing projects. It's all taken care of by us. Based on our research so far, we have scoured, the internet and did a lot of research. We are the first to market in the marketing expert category using the smart matching algorithm. The next one is a question that's often asked by people that we have spoken to is how do we stop people from leaving the app, right? From going direct. They make a connection and they leave the platform and they go talk on the side. I think we're dealing with humans here. It's really hard to kind of stop that entirely. However, we can create, stickiness where they don't do that, right? So you want to stay on the platform and collaborate. So we'll be looking at, workflow, collaboration and creative tools, data, insights, and rewards and incentives, even e-learning and mentoring academies. So there's, we want to create an environment where they don't need to leave, they will stay within the platform. So here's the traction so far. We have responded to 25 RFPs in the last 5-6 months. It's worth about 1.35 million from clients in Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and UK. However, I think everybody is feeling the impact of the pandemic. The conversion tends to be a bit slow. Proposal will be going up, but then it gets delayed over time. In terms of marketers, we have onboarded about 40 marketers. These include individuals right up to agencies and also consultants. The clientele that we're looking at will be individual clients, startups, micro and small businesses, enterprises, and corporations. Why I say individual clients? Because one of the services that we have will include like personal branding or C-level branding. And based on our experience, we do have CEOs or directors or heads of departments looking to us to help them with personal branding. So we do, help with individual requests. The business model is we keep a 20% commission on each of the transactions. Pretty straightforward. And it is estimated that the project goes on for an average of 3 months with MAQETR, and about $4,280 ringgit a month as an average fee. Here are our financials. I'm not going to go into too much details. You can see it in our pre-live page. One thing I would like to point out here is that we'll be profitable in 2024. So it's not going to be an immediate profitable environment here. I think October 2024, I believe. I'm happy to answer questions on this separately. I'll have you look through them in our pre-live page. In terms of the valuation, we use 2 methods. One is the MPV and the other one is the bucket. So the MPV shows 24.68 million and the bucket shows at 15.5 million. So we chose the lower one to represent our valuation. Here's the fundraising. Our pre-money valuation is at 13,545,000. We're looking at raising funds for 3.25 million. These are the breakdowns of the costs for staff, CAPEX, advertising and promotion, other costs, and general administration. CAPEX is the second highest, staff-related cost is the highest. I do get questions like why high staff cost? I don't think it's that high. We do need people. We do need really good people to build a good business, right? And these people have got families. These people have got lives. They need to be paid. We want to be hiring good people. So staff-related cost is a little bit higher here. This is the offer. We have a minimum target of 250,000 and maximum target at 3.25 million. And we have a minimum investment block of 12 shares at 1,709 million. So this is the roadmap that we have from 2021 up to 2026. It shows from now we're going to be focusing on Malaysia and Singapore for the next 2 years. As I mentioned before, USA is still very early stages, so we don't even take that into account at this point. However, we do see USA being very active 2 years down the road, about 2023, hopefully earlier, but comfortably in 2023 onwards. With our vision, we do want to be a good global company. We want to increase the shareholders' value. We want to be able to show that we care for our clients and the marketing experts. So one of the things that I read with Airbnb was that how they created this advisory council for their hosts, right, and that rent out their houses in their rooms. It's really a wonderful ecosystem that they created. So I would like to take that, as a good example and apply that to marketers. Finally, is the sustainability and giving back. Sustainability is, in terms of the carbon footprint. Upwork does a very good job in monitoring their carbon footprint. Upwork is a freelance platform, if anyone doesn't know that. They are based in the US, so they do a very good job in tracking their carbon footprint and, in their organization, and also the people that have come on board onto their platform and save petrol and, and other things, and how that platform have contributed to minimizing the greenhouse effects. So this is the team. It's myself, and then I have Hizam Saifuddin helping us on the tech and engineering. Dato' Wira is the director of the company. Greg Paul is the principal of R3 Worldwide. Nanang Ang, she is the former CMO of Sentosa in Singapore. We have Nikki Lim, the former group CEO of Dentsu International in Malaysia. And we have Citron, former group chief commercial officer of AirAsia. We have 3 different plans for early bird. You can find out more about it in the pre-live page, or you can ask me. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Morani. That was a very insightful and I think very detailed presentation about the company. So we have 2 similar questions here. So let me just get into it. You plan to filter the gig marketers. How will you go about doing so? So that's the first part. And then there's also another questions about how you plan to keep the marketers on the platform. So yeah.
Okay, filter how. So one of the things that we ask is to make sure they have a good LinkedIn profile. Other platforms will ask for CVs or ask them to fill up, their work experience and whatnot, right? That's one way. I think there's too many times of replication of information, and it's always like, do I want to do that myself? If I say no, then I would ask the next person, do you want to do that? As a marketer, it's like, no, so what is a centralized platform that you can do? So that the best option right now is to make sure your LinkedIn profile is updated, because one thing is it's public, right? It's as public as you want it to be. And so, there is some kind of, like truth in it, I guess.
Yeah.
In terms of what you put on your profile. So we use that as our basis. We do ask other questions as well in terms of filtering.
All right, and then the follow-up question.
The
follow-up to that.
How to keep them on the platform. I mentioned this earlier. We have to work really hard in terms of the stickiness factor, right? I guess it goes back to my own personal experience as an on-demand marketer. If I were to get onto this platform, I want to be able to, get another marketer that I know on the platform to collaborate with me. That's one. Number two is what if I fall sick, right? What if I have a family emergency? Who then take over that project, right? So if I'm still on the platform, I can, it's pretty quick to do that. You can, just get someone else within the platform to continue that work. So, it goes back to being part of a supported ecosystem. Yeah, you can leave the platform, you can deal with the client directly, but you don't have a support of others. You do have to do your own invoicing, you have to do your own procurement. That's one thing that we want to take off. It is a load.
All right. Thank you, Mawani. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially coming for freelance marketers and yeah, I think it'll benefit them a lot. Okay, so I think that's all the time we have for questions. So yeah, so maybe just to wrap it up.
I went overboard. Got too excited.
Yeah, it's okay. If anybody has questions for Makata and Mawani, feel free to put it in the Q&A section. Mawani can still answer it as she can type it out, and it will be visible to everyone. So just to wrap it up, we want to remind everyone that Makata is currently pre-live. As you saw on Mawani's slide just now, they have special incentives for early bird investors that is accessible now. So they're aiming to raise 3.25 million, and you can invest for as low as 2,709 ringgit per investment block. So you can find more details on our website, www.equity.pitchin.my, and you can post all the questions that you have for Makata there as well, just in case you didn't get a chance today. All right, so thank you so much, Mawani.
Thank you.
All right. So up next, we have GoLog. GoLog provides a cold chain logistic platform that streamlines the traditional approach from the cold chain supply chain. Through applying a series of unique algorithms, it enables them to calculate the details of every product from the pickup time, delivery duration, mileage, and most importantly, product freshness. With key focuses on technology, technique, and infrastructure, they serve both B2B and B2C clients. To talk more about how they do it, we have their CEO and founder, Ivan Chin.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Ivan, founder and CEO of GoLog. Thanks, Brenda, for the introductions. So everyone already, already 9 o'clock, should be all done your the dinner already. So have the time to relax, to listen our pitch. So before I proceed, I will share the screen.
Good.
All right, can see, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So GoLog, which is the name is called GoLog Logistic, the intelligent cold chain logistic platforms, which is first in Malaysia as well as first in Southeast Asia. So what is cold chain? Which is this industry which having this business owner from B to B to C, which is upstream to downstream for this frozen seafood, frozen meat, vegetables, and fruits. So during this before pandemic and until this MCO 2.1.0, 2.0, 3.0, then we can see that the evolution of the frozen industries products is coming up with different types of these frozen goods, which is never been seen before, also have already. Means the rising up of these industries is already a very hot trend right now. As we can see, the market before this pandemic also actually is a very niche and potential market. We call it a dinosaur market, because previously there is 100% no digitalization, there is no marketplace, there is no digital logistics, or there is no any online e-commerce selling for frozen products. It's only stuck. It's only in at B2B, which is you need to go to the shopping mall, pasar, or these hypermarkets to purchase. Do you realize the lifestyle before this MCO and COVID-19 strike? We used to go out and buy, but right now we used to deliver to your household, we used to purchase online. But the logistic is the challenge. As we all know that the key point of these products, which is they have lifespan, and their lifespan is very short. So traditional logistic in cold chain could not fully adapt on these B2C industries. B2B, yes, do even use technology to disrupt B2B, is only able to smoothen, reduce the cost, and increase the speed on it. But in terms of B2C, you need to give a very strong support and wider coverage, speed delivery, and without meltings, and low cost. This is the barrier of entry and the challenge for the logistic which you want to deliver to your doorstep for these frozen products. If we, just example, if we use a normal trucks, cold trucks, to multiple drop every day for all these buyers, or end user for the delivery door to door, right? How many times and this need to spend, and what is the cost per box to deliver to your house? It might be very costly, and this is also cause people not to purchase online. And also for the delivery, for the business owner, it's a hassle for them to need to purchase, or they need to set by their own delivery. They need to send by themselves. So due to the several points here, costing, coverage, speed, and lifespan, that's how we exist to help this industry, especially, like I said, from the downstream about the upstream to downstream, which is B2B2C, which is our platform specially designed to transform the way of business owner manage the delivery through SKU data, through optimizations, support by the machine learning, which is we use the system to replace the traditional way of manage the delivery. So what is the system and how the system works for run the delivery in cold chain? If today I offer a business owner, I say, come, let me offer you a solution which is even lower cost or very affordable cost for every business owners or new participant business owner to start their frozen market, to start their frozen business with a very affordable cost. Wider coverage, speed delivery, which is same day delivery, no matter this Klang Valley or outstation, no matter local or outstations, and without meltings. So of course everyone want, right? But how we able to do it? So we have the data by three main elements: technology, technique, and infrastructures. So technology technique means that you actually combine the data from these different types of categories of all these frozen SKU, like for example, frozen, chill, fresh. So let me give a case study. For example, frozen seafood, by using what type of packaging, how big is the packaging size, what is the packaging material, and also how big is the volumes to be delivered, for the system to make judgment on their delivery good lifespan, which is exposed into the normal temperature. And from this, the system having the algorithm, which is the technique part, to optimize the route for every driver to deliver all these goods by matching the good lifespan. Let's say frozen seafood, by using M2 size foam box, 100 boxes to deliver, same day delivery in Klang Valley, is about 6 to 8 hours. Let's say the lifespan is 6 to 8 hours. So how the system works, it will categorize what type of vehicle, how many vehicles, might be 8 to 12 vehicles, which is sedan car and above, and what is the routing per drivers, which is one route, how many drops the driver can deliver, which is need to match the good lifespan. So average about 15 to 20 drops perhaps. It depends on the route. Either the route is by area or the route is by one from the one to one in. All right. So this is how the system works, which is automatic and judged by the system to work, which is we reduce the hassle from the business owner to key in. There's no more key in method in GoLog, which is you just upload your SKU, set what delivery you need to deliver, and the system will work at the back end itself from every cut-off time. And the optimization side system will combine all the delivery that need to be delivered on the next day to combine all the route and match the drivers. So our drivers, we are using the sharing economic concept by those small vehicles like motorcycle, cars, vans, and trucks. So we have the speed because we use small vehicle. And this is our technique that you can see that we don't have the frozen equipment support for this vehicle to deliver, but we're able to deliver without meltings. So it's all related back to the good lifespan. Because if we use frozen equipment, the cost is increased, but I can afford or offer affordable price or better price by reduce these costs. So we are using data to deliver, which is the driver deliver based on their routings being optimized, and the routing must be matched the good lifespan. So if match good lifespan, the melting point is about 10 to 30% only. If exceed, it will cause the goods to be defrost or spoiled. So our system able to monitor and manage the good lifespan, which is the routing for the drivers to follow. Means all our drivers having their own apps, which is the GoLog driver apps they need to follow. They have the guides, which is being optimized, and what jobs should be delivered first, already being guided through the apps. And for the infrastructures is our warehousing, fulfillment, and these co-hubs, which is need to support back to the system. So in order to disrupt the frozen industry, this is the three main elements, the three main puzzle that we need to run. GoLog already have the two, and currently we are running the third, which is the infrastructures. So these are our clients. You can see that majority of our clients previously are more to B2B. They are from wholesaler, from farmers, from fish village, retailers. But every single of them right now having another digital channel, which is direct to consumer. And they innovate, they create, and they create through their creativity, they innovate new products, new era of these frozen products to be sent, to be purchased, or to be as an options to buy for the end user, for the consumer. For example, like the crab we eat last time is a live crab, after that become frozen crab. Now is a ready to serve crab, which is frozen, which is already cooked. Even duck meat, chicken chop, any type of products are being innovated into a second generation or new generation of this frozen in these frozen markets. So infrastructures, we have this warehousing by giving options for the business owner to put the storage. If we grow the clients, they don't need to build their own cold rooms. It's a huge cost. So they can access our facilities by storage, fulfillment, and packaging. They also the same. Just upload the orders, and we will just pack for them and deliver the goods based on the earliest time, based on the schedules. So this also reduce the cost for GoLog multiple pay if the business expanded bigger and grow bigger, and also facilities, infrastructure support for the business owner to grow by putting the products in and increase the efficiency to deliver even more faster to the end user. So this is the flow. You can see that we reduce the point from pickup from all the business owners from B2B or B2C to our fulfillment centers, to our storage, that we were able to provide better packaging and advice and all these deliveries to be delivered direct B2B or direct to our co-hubs or direct to B2C. And even co-hubs can send back the goods on that particular areas to our site to be sorted and sent out to the consumer again. So co-hubs is the new generation, which is in GoLog, in frozen, in cold chain logistic industry. We are the first one that launched outlets, launched franchisee around other states' main cities. So right now we already have all all these co-hubs will be launched in the same time. Actually, it's also during this together with this pitchIN investment program. So our timing is before November. We already have majority of these co-hubs ready in all other states, main cities, for example, like Johor Bahru, Seremban, Melaka, Penang, Perlis, Kedah, all these main city, and also Perak, of course. So that support the pain point of the business owner. First is, if receiver is not at home, then where is the products going to be put? Where is the products going to be returned? Mostly the products will be spoiled if returns, if the buyer or end user is not able to contact, or they are not at home to receive. So this is the main reason that business owner not there to expand, not there to go wider, deliver wider to support more business. So the second issue is the market of that particular areas. Infrastructures, I mean, technology is one thing. Infrastructure is very important. If the business owner today, they start the business with low volumes, only 1 boxes, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, but we don't grow them, how able to they can get 10 boxes, 20 boxes, or 100 boxes a day? Even in Klang Valley, also the same. We grow the clients starting from 5 orders a day, and right now, just after 1 year, they have 300 orders a day. So things need to be grown, same at the particular market as well. So the co-hubs also play the role to grow the particular market for that business owner in other places, even in the urban area or cities areas. So in summary, our unique selling point, we are the pure tech company, which is we are stick into the platforms. We leverage big data to improve the efficiency. What type of plan, how the journey that we need to provide to the markets, how we penetrate the markets, everything is through data and feedbacks. And we optimize all these data to deliver every single drops with freshness and qualities. So our revenue stream, we have 4 revenue stream on our side that give the support to the markets. From the first mile and last mile, we have integrated comprehensive solutions like on-demand, next day, and distributions. We have the warehouse, which is doing fulfillment, packaging, and storage. We have the co-hubs for incoming and outgoing goods, and also storage for that particular area markets, and packaging supply for the particular markets as well. So our co-hubs has three stage of growing. And we also giving financial support for any business owners that they want to get loans to support on their frozen business. So our team, I'm the founder and CEO, and my co-founder, which is our CTO as well, which is Mr. Tan, is based on Japan for 11 years already. Previously also a well-known Japan company engineer that we built our system ourselves, we never outsource. Our another directors, which is Mr. Daniel, also our shareholders, which is also director of Kami Food, one of the biggest manufacturers and distributor in Malaysia, which is supplying all these frozen products. And Mr. Eric Chan, also our shareholders and managing director of Dulai Food, which is another one of the subsidiaries company for EcoWest. So our time frame, we started on year 2017, September until now is around 4 years. Average year-on-year growth is about 6x on our growth yearly. So we started with a very odd number, is about 8,000 a year on 2017. Right now, up to date, we are already more than 5 million turnover. So our top clients, which is we have the package of 25,000 ultimate premier package, which is average they spend if the clients have few hundred orders a month by using our facilities as well, like storage and packaging and co-hubs, they're able to access more than 25K a month. So our target is with 40 clients or 40 clients a month, we're able to achieve 1 million. A year it's about 12 million already. It's a very direct numbers. So we are in the mid of fundraising as well. We try to close by this month. Currently, we have the package of this. Our target is 4 million, and currently we have about nearly by this week it can exceed more than 1 million already. And we also, for the franchising, we are also coming up with a package with about 275,000 to invest in GoLog franchise with shares as well. In more details, can contact me about the franchise And for direct invest in GoLog, just for the shares as well, you can invest any amounts, which is our currently, we already exceed our minimum target. So that one doesn't have any package on that. So for the franchise, it's already fixed on the amount, which is 275,000 with shares. So in details, so can talk to me later for the franchise program. We still available a few locations on the franchise. Some of the locations is already being taken. So this is some of the view of our system trackings. So this is also how our system do auto matching and get the drivers. This is our total moods on our systems. So we tied up with the major players in online seafood selling during the MCO lockdown, which is we have the MOU signing with some of our clients to commit the numbers and grow the frozen market together. So these some of our photos during the delivery. We are using small vehicles, which is you don't need to have the frozen equipment to increase the cost. Actually, we use normal vehicle. We're still able to deliver frozen products and without fail. So we also having delivery for 7-Eleven, My News, KK Mart by helping their distributor to deliver all these B2B outlets as well. So we part of the Alibaba Netpreneur Program Batch 1 since 2019. So we also the Alibaba Top 10, Alibaba Cloud Top 10 Startup Contest. So why invest in GoLog? We are the only one full-fledged intelligent cold chain logistic right now available in Southeast Asia. There's maybe in future they will have the rivals, but right now we still miles ahead in the market. There is not much. I mean, majority are still in traditional, but in terms of platform, we are the only one right now. So average year-on-year growth is about 6x. We show the resilient growth during the lockdown as well for the 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. And we have the experienced team backed by this Kami Food, Dulai, and Durian Hills. And we are ready to grow across the region, especially for our core hubs. One being settled down, one's being set up. Actually, we are just in the right time to absorb the November sales, December sales until Chinese New Year. We expect about another 3x to 5x growth for the new product launching, year-end promo, or this year-end sales. So that's all from my pitch. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ivan. That was a really good presentation. So let me just get straight into the questions here. Who are some of your competitors, and are they using similar programs such as the one that you were talking about, the intelligent cold chain system?
Okay, in terms of our system skill set, regarding the similar one, don't have in market, which is using the good lifespan. That's it. We talk about good lifespan data. By using this data to optimize the route, there is not much. I mean, there is no one yet. But the indirect competitors like this traditional cold chain, yes. But some of the traditional cold chain also our partners. So other competitors, like I say, indirect, this might be like the other platforms that doing on demands or doing any delivery as well. So who
are some of your partners?
Some of our partners like this are Benteng Frozen, Avis Vision, Success Frozen, Just Lorry. They are providing these cold trucks for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this person is asking, how much is the turnover from durian delivery?
How much is your turnover for the durian delivery? So how to say, how much is your turnover for the durian delivery? Okay, during the durian season, we have the quite high numbers of these durian products. Like right now, what we are delivering for durian products right now is the durian mooncakes, which is delivered to cross border as well for Singapore, and also these Klang Valleys and outstations. And we have a few vendors that we deliver like this Delhi Duri, Durian Hills, Durian Republics, which is the Blackthorn Durian Frozen.
Wow.
We also have all this. We even doing storage for them. We're doing storage and fulfillment for them. Means they upload the orders, we will pack, then we will send directly. So every day the traction, our total, I don't talk about just durian, we talk about our just total delivery a day is about 3,000 delivery, 2,500 to 3,000 boxes of delivery per day.
Okay. Wow. So this person is very into durian. Do you also do frozen durian?
Yes, frozen durian. I
Okay.
actually having I just didn't put the photo of the photo durians. We have some of the photo. I mean, that one is another
Yeah.
slide. It's at my
Okay.
franchisee site. We have the photo of
Okay.
all these fulfillment durians
All
for
right. All
frozen
right. All
durians
right.
as well.
Okay. Great. There must be a lot of durian enthusiasts out there. So what is the exit plan for investors, and when do you expect it to happen?
Okay, so good question. So the exit plans actually for GoLog, the steps that actually we are the journey for our investment, the steps for our for GoLog actually is a little bit similar like that, which is our next destination. Actually, we are going into Singapore, and we having some of the linking with the another round VCs, and one of them is SoftBank, which is they are investing into majority of these logistic platforms as well. So our current plan, that's why this November, December until Chinese New Year, the traction, the data is very important for us, and we have to be ready for our cohorts as well. So for us to enter on this Singapore for the another round, to upgrade the system into SaaS and expand into Thailand and Vietnam. This must be achieved during the next year, 2022. So the exit plan, which is investor able to choose to exit during the next round, which is at least the ROI about 5x, estimately.
So are you saying that the exit can happen after 2022?
Yes, yes. I mean, averagely for our fundraising now, about averagely like with the current flow and growth right now, averagely a year once on the fundraising for global.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ivan. Last question. Actually, you have 4 questions here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take one more question, and then I think you can type out the answers in the Q&A section after this one, okay?
All right.
All right. So who owns the IP to the technology?
It's the company owns.
Okay. So it's owned by the company. So it's
Owned by
basically
the
all yours
company.
lah. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your questions. So Ivan, don't forget to answer the questions in the Q&A section.
Sure.
Yeah. So before we move on, let me just remind everybody that GoLog is currently live on pitchIN and open for investment. They are aiming to raise 4 million, and you can invest for as low as 1,060 ringgit per investment block. You can find more details on our website, www.equity.pitchin.my, and you can post all the questions that you have over there if you didn't get a chance to ask them today. All right, so thank you very much, Ivan. Everybody, he will get to your questions in the Q&A section. All right, so last but not least, we have BinaPavo joining us to present. They are currently a leading family business advisory firm in Malaysia. Family businesses are an essential segment of the Malaysian economy. However, they face many challenges. To overcome these challenges, BinaPavo has invested in building a unique entrepreneurial capital, mainly related to talent, intellectual property, and social capital. To describe more on what they do, we have Dr. Eric to present more about BinaPavo. Hi.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you for having us on board. Let me just do a quick share on my screen.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So let me know if you can see.
We can see the screen. You got to hit the presentation button at the bottom.
Yeah, trying to get that done. Okay. So welcome everyone to this platform, and thank you to pitchIN to give us this opportunity to pitch our ideas, our solution, the problems that we foresee fixing, and at the same time, the funds that we intend to raise. We are from BinaPavo, and we are wholly owned by K-Commerce Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Now, what we naturally do is we, like Brenda said in the introduction, we are a family business advisory firm. Now, if you take a look at this world map here, and we are very familiar with the brands that you see on your screen, from Bosch to IKEA to Virgin to Genting and so on. As we are consumers to these brands, they all share a common underlining, which is they are all family owned. And from this snapshot, you're able to see that the power of the family business and the family-owned business over the many, many years and decades have actually transitioned how we consume and how we even see businesses expand and also move on, providing services and providing employment as they go along. So this overall grid shows the importance of family business within the economy of a country and also global. From a local point of view, these are the familiar faces that we see very regular appear on our media, who are also family-owned business. On the right-hand corner, the upper left corner, you have the M-Bank Group, all the way down to Tan Sri Dato' Gyanalingam with Westport and with Grab in between, all the way, and these are all family-owned business. They're serving the nation, serving the country, helping productivity of the country, and at the same time providing employment. That's how powerful these family businesses are, and that's the amount of contribution that these family businesses actually do. So if you take a look at this statistics very quickly, you see that the percentage of family business contribution towards national GDP in Malaysia stands about close to 70%, and that's huge. And with the family business being the backbone of the nation, family as a whole becomes the backbone of the business itself. So this is very crucial and very essential, simply because if the family were to have any form of issues or any form of transitions, it could affect the larger supply chain of the country and the larger ancillaries that is actually being used to facilitate trade and services and product movement for national growth and productivity as well. So family businesses also provide 65% of the workforce in the country. And that's how important it is that we rely a lot on family business in Malaysia and also around the world. The market size for family business, this is specifically for Malaysia. We are looking at a 70% market size of total family business under SME category at 644,000, and large businesses at about 9,600 family-owned business. This speaks volume simply because the amount of dollars and cents that they contribute, the amount of manpower and the amount of skill set that they bring to the national economy, and the amount of know-how and opportunities that they open actually help facilitate other businesses to transpire and other businesses to open as well. So that's a huge market size when it comes to family-owned businesses. This is just specifically within the country itself. The problem is this, we see, and we've been around since 2013, BinaPavo, and we see that the transition of family-owned business has its own hiccups. From the first generation business owners right up to the second tier or the second generation to the third tier or the third generation owners itself, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. It's in the way it looks like an inverted triangle. And that's a huge matter itself. It's a huge problem. And the typical challenges that a family business face will be some internal conflicts, trust issue, succession plan, how they spend money, how they get money, what do they actually do with the investment, where to invest, and so on and so forth. So quite generally, any family will go through this that has got money. Those families who do not have money will also have their problems as well. All of us belong to a family that we love, and we have our own internal squabbles and internal issues that we need to fix. However, family business are far more critical. Anything or everything that can happen within the family business or within the family that is governing the business will eventually disrupt the entire supply chains that rely on them. So this is very crucial. Taking care of the family will eventually take care of the business and will eventually look after the entire long end of the supply chain that relies on this business. Now, just to do a quick recap, 70% of employment are from SMEs. Market size of the country of SMEs is at 70% as well. Total contribution to national economy is also a very high number. So any form of disruption, any form of misunderstanding, internal conflicts, trust issue, wealth management, failure of succession will actually have a big knock-on effect. So that's the huge problem. And we see that if you look at the upper end of the slide, you see that many of the businesses fail in the first 5 years, and then the move on to the second generation is only a very small percentage, and it trickles down to become smaller and smaller and smaller as we move on to the fourth generation and so on. And that's a huge problem that we have seen family business undergo at BinaPavo. The solution that we have proposed, and we have proposed in the time that we were in inception since 2013, is to really look at the family governance, to really look at the dynamics of the family. If the family serves as the bedrock to society, then family businesses becomes the bedrock to national productivity and national well-being as well. So keeping the family intact, keeping the business intact through the family dynamics itself will eventually then lead up to a lot of good things for many people to even enjoy on that. So our solution is predominantly ensuring that a family council is being established, good family governance is being practiced, proper estate planning, proper assessment of risk that needs to be taken into consideration. How do they spend the money? How do they actually raise funds? What do they do? Where do they push the money? And so on and so forth. This actually helps put a very nice synergy of how the family operates when it comes to the essence of cash, essence of money and finance, at the same time looking after the well-being of the business itself. This requires a lot of manpower management. We actually have to ensure, number one, how does the family work? We need to actually understand how does the interaction between the first generation to the second generation of the family, or family itself, not looking into the family business yet. We need to see how does the youngest in the family interact with the oldest in the family, vice versa. Getting that sentiment, getting that understanding will then give us an understanding of how the business is actually being governed. Who will be the next successor? How will the next successor actually grow that business? How will the successor after that will look like? How will they actually manage wealth? How do they actually prolong and sustain the businesses that they are actually in? How can this family business or the family itself take care of the larger supply chain that is actually being shouldered by them? So it's a huge responsibility that a family will have to look after their family business to ensure sustainability for everyone to see through this. Our competition are the people that you see on the screen, the banks, the trustee companies, the law firms, financial planning, and so on. But they are looking at a different angle compared to us at BinaPavo. They are more concerned about the care and the protection of the business. They may not necessarily be looking at the human aspect of the business, which is the family first. At BinaPavo, we are people-centric. So our competition, although we look at them as our competitors, we know and we acknowledge of their existence, but we are at the opposite pole of each other. At BinaPavo, we look at the integrity and the dynamics and the love and the characteristics of the family first. Taking care of the family will eventually take care of the business, then the business will eventually take care of the rest down the supply chain. Many of the competitors that we have seen and we have observed their business proposition and the way they do business, it's always looking after the business aspect, not the family per se. So we are on the opposite pole on the same spectrum. Our vision is to be the leading business advisory firm in Malaysia, especially helping out family business and family enterprises and organizations. We have been around since 2013, and ever since then, our vision has not changed. We see the importance of family. We all come from good families. We also had family problems. We've seen how it could actually disrupt. We've also had cases of clients coming on board with us saying that, look, I've got this family problem. How can you help us? And then how do we actually impact our business and so on? So our vision has been very clear, and we want to be the advisory firm of the business, looking at the family enterprise. How can it be grown? Formulating and executing strategies for growth, and most importantly, sustainability. So this is what we are asking and we are offering. So our maximum target that we're looking at is 1 million. That's what we intend to raise. Our minimum target is about 100,000 with the minimum investment of 20 shares at 1,600 ringgit. Investment blocks is at 20 shares as well of Malaysian ringgit 1,600. Why do we actually want to use this fund? So we have identified for the next 3 years how BinaPavo is actually going to grow. And these are the five different mechanism or 5 different revenue streams that we actually have identified and are in the pipeline of rolling out for the coming year or so. So there will be 2 advisory campaigns of 2 advisory families that we have identified for 2022. There will be the next generation program that we are actually looking at training and also guiding next generation business owners to take in, to go into place. There are a couple of events that we are actually planning to bring and synergize family businesses around the globe and around Asia Pacific, specifically to bring that harmony and bring that synergy of of family businesses working together within the region, and so on and so forth. And this will be the same for the next 2022, 2023, and 2024 itself. Our utilization, 40% will go into operation, 50% in working capital, and 10% in marketing. So this just happened 3 weeks ago. BinaPavo organized a fully online Asia Pacific Family Business Summit. And this speaks volume for someone who's at our size, being around since 2013. We are already playing with the big family business owners. We have seen participation coming at a total attendees of 1,759 coming across all Asia Pacific family business owners are coming together, speaking, sharing, talking, strategizing, sharing concerns, sharing challenges, and ironing out issues of what to expect in the coming year or so. And this is a great platform for many of those consultants. We bring on board our competitors to our family business to see how we can actually interact with each other to actually help this family business prolong and sustain their family orientation and their family business for a long, long time to come. So this is our management team, our president, Dr. Moha Yusuf, and our CEO, Dr. Lelani. They are both second generation business owners. So we know what we are talking about. We know how to facilitate the growth and extension of family businesses for the long run. That's myself on the bottom left corner, together with Siti Khadijah, who is the Director of Corporate Affairs and Client Relations. So this is where you can find us. And we are currently based at the Selangor Golden Triangle in Soho Towers. So that's the presentation, that's the pitch that I actually would like to share with those who are here watching today. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Eric. That was a very nice, sweet, short, and simple presentation. So I believe we are inviting Dr. Moha Yusuf, the president of BinaPavo, to join us for the Q&A session. Yes,
Hi, Brenda.
great.
Yes, thank
nice
you.
to see you. No problem. All right, so let's just get straight to the questions. Give me 1 second. All right, how has BinaPavo been affected by COVID? Are people trying to plan better? I think what this person means, like, you know, in terms of family-wise, their business-wise, yeah.
Yes, yes, that's true. We observe that family businesses are now reflecting on their condition and situation. You know, when COVID came last year, then the families have more time to reflect. And for us, even though last year, you know, as families are reflecting and businesses are not doing well, last year gave us the opportunity to move towards digitalization. And that's why one of the reasons why we are fundraising is to further our digitalization efforts, right? Thank you.
All right. Do you want to maybe elaborate a little bit more about what fields of digitalization you might be going into?
Yes. So we have been planning to develop knowledge portals. Dr. Eric mentioned earlier, one of the things why we require funds for is the creation of family business circle. So family business circle is like a club for family businesses, particularly for next gen leaders. We are placing a lot of emphasis on next generation leaders, right? Because these are the future of Malaysia. And as Dr. Eric mentioned, 70% of total businesses in Malaysia are family-owned, family businesses. So it is important now that we have developed. Our approach is development approach. We look into leadership, we look into the creation of family council, and we emphasize to families that they need to have their family strategic plan. So that is our specialization, to help families craft their strategic plan.
All right, thank you so much. Dr. Eric, there's actually a question for you in the Q&A section. This person is asking about your background. I think that if you want, you can type out the answer while I can ask Dr. Moha another question live. Does that sound good?
Yes, that sounds great. So I can answer this person. Should I answer them now or should I wait?
Yeah, just type out the answer in the Q&A.
Okay, great. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So Jimmy Ong is asking, how do you charge your clients?
Right. Thank you, Jimmy, for that question. So we on the advisory, we charge fees. So it's a fee-based service or solution. And let me give an example. I mentioned earlier about family strategic plan. So typically, a family strategic plan would take a minimum of 6 months to develop. It can go up to 2 years even if the family size is big, right? And if the complexity of not just the family but also the business, because ownership, family and business, they intertwined. And this overlapping of family, business and ownership can actually create conflicts. So the family strategic plan not just look into succession planning, family governance, but also look into ways to address conflicts if conflicts happen, right? Apart from that, we look into employment policy, shareholding policy. So typically, for 6 months engagement, that would cost around 70,000 to 100,000 ringgit. And the rate that we charge for the fee is based on man hours, that man hourly rate needed to implement or to craft the family strategic plan and all other processes. So we are process consultants. So we look into building the processes for effective decision making within the family, which will address the issues related to the business as well as to ownership.
Okay, I think that is a very full answer. I feel like you probably answered most of his questions with that. So what is the plan on rewarding shareholders in the future? When do you expect that to happen? Right.
So in terms of dividend policy, we are looking at a dividend payout of 5% to 7% per annum, right? And in terms of perhaps exit plan for shareholders, they could actually sell their shares if, let's say, they want to exit from the business. We hope that shareholders will remain in the business because we want our shareholders to help us to grow, and we believe that within the next 3 years, 2022 to 2024, we will be able to generate around 1.1 million to 1.5 million of revenues per year, right? And we hope to reward our shareholders from the profits that we will obtain.
Okay, thank you. So I think this will be the last question, or last two questions. So first one is very easy. How many full-time employees do you currently have?
Right. So currently we have 5.
Okay.
So we have 5, but there is a need to increase the headcount.
Okay. And then this is the
Oh,
last question.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Even though
yes.
we have 5 full-time employees, but we have a pool of consultants. So the consultants will be engaged and appointed depending on the needs and issues or problems faced by the clients. So different needs or different problems faced by the clients will require different skill set. And when we develop a team, there are 4 types of advisors in general. One is a behavioral scientist, right? We need a management consultant, we need a financial advisor, and we need a legal advisor. So typically, these are the 4 main functions or roles that we need in a team, in our team of advisors.
Okay, thank you. So this is going to be the last question of the night. So this person is saying that even though family businesses are transgenerational, many of them have already been turned into corporations and become listed entities. They want to know how your company is going to position yourself as a corporate advisor or consultant to them.
Right. So for listed companies, like Dr. Eric said, our focus is on the family, not necessarily the business, right? So we will approach the family, right? The founder, and perhaps talk to the founder of the listed company and look at how we can communicate and engage the other family members, right? So we are not going to get into the business side, the listed business side. So we are going to focus on the family, and one thing that is emerging in Malaysia is the setting up of family office. The family itself setting up a family office which is separate from the business, even separate from the listed entity, to have sophistication in managing their well-being, not just money, but the well-being. When we say well-being here, we view family wealth as inclusive of human capital, intellectual capital, social capital, in addition to financial capital, right? So I think this is something that people are still looking into, and people are still confused about concepts related to families in business, and families of wealth.
Okay. Wow, that was very educational even for myself. All right, so that was the last question of the night. I am going to wrap this up for BinaPavo, and just to remind everybody that they are currently pre-live on pitchIN, meaning they are offering special incentives to early bird investors. So they are aiming to raise 1 million, and you can invest for as low as 1,600 ringgit per investment block. You can find more details on our website, or you can search for BinaPavo and pitchIN online. Their ECF campaign page should pop up. So as usual, you can post all the questions in the Q&A section over there, just in case you didn't have a chance to ask them tonight. Thank you so much, Dr. Eric and Dr. Moha. So that is the last of our issues tonight. But before we end, I would like to invite all our presenters, Makata, Mawani, and Ivan from GoLog, just for a very quick closing remark. So first, let's hear from Mawani Adam from Makata. Just to wrap it up, something that you would like to say just before we end the session.
I want to say thanks for attending the pitch session and hearing our pitch. Thank you to the pitchIN team for allowing myself and the team behind the background, to present the ideas in the vision of the business. Please check out the more information on the pre-live page and the ECF offer. Feel free to ask me questions as well via pitchIN or any channels that we are present in.
All right. Thank you so much, Mawani. Next, we have Ivan from GoLog.
Okay, my final words on the pitch today, which is right now there will be, normally people will ask what is the COVID-19 in, and is this the hot trend for cold chain logistic or frozen markets? I would say that COVID-19 or this lockdown is just bringing the trend earlier, but it won't end here, and it just continue grows another 5-year cycle. Because we can see two main facts is the goods is evolving, as I said just now. And the second thing is, who is the major market or the major end user market on purchasing the frozen products, which is the millennials, the 90s, the millennials. We don't expect they will cook one day 3 times next time, but they will more prefer all these ready served products in frozen. So 5 years down the road, the millennials will take the market leads. They will be the biggest purchaser in the markets, and that's why we can say that if invest in GoLog, we might be another story of another disruption of the startups. I mean, in these markets, which is the investor can expect a bigger, higher ROI over here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ivan. We are very excited to see you grow and take that journey. Lastly, we have Dr. Eric and Dr. Moha from BinaPavo for a closing remark.
So for our end, so long there are still families in Malaysia, and so long there are families who are still venturing into business, BinaPavo will still remain relevant. We serve the family, and we ensure family unity. We ensure family harmony to see through family movement and family transition that can see long-term effects, helping the family, helping the business, and also helping the society and the national and the nation as a whole. So that's where we will still stand firm behind family business and support families as and where it's needed by them.
All right, thank you so much for the BinaPavo team. I've genuinely learned a lot from your presentation. Dr. Moha, you have about 1 minute left. Do you want to say something?
Yes. So we are proud of our 3 C's. The 3 C's are, one, the first C is communication. Without communication, there will not be, trust can't be built between family members. The second C is cohesion. With communication, the family will be cohesive. And the third C is continuity. So with the 2 C's, the family can continue into the next century to build a legacy, perhaps 100 years or more than going beyond 100 years of legacy, which Malaysia is perhaps yet to have, family businesses with 100 years old of legacy. If we do not make these 3 C's, there will be a 4th C. The 4th C is collapse, right? So let's prevent the 4th C. We are reaching out to the next gen here, the next gen leaders of Malaysia. Call us up, contact us so that we can have some conversations with you.
Okay, we're looking forward to seeing you prevent the last C. Okay, so there you have it, everybody. Thank you to all our issuers who have joined us today. And thank you very much to all of you who have tuned into our sessions and for all your questions. All of the information, as said before, is all available on our website, www.equity.pitchin.my. Please log in as an investor, and you will be able to check out all the specific details such as financial, legal agreements, their business deck, all in the pitch info tab on their respective campaign pages. So you can also reserve and you can also pledge for your investments over there. And yeah, so until then, thank you everybody for your support in pitchIN, and to our issuers once again, thank you.